You cannot recall the circumstances that led you to this point, though it would be foolish to assume they were anything but unfortunate. All you know is you are called to wander.
And so I do.
Wayward, you realize you are alone and inside. Golden light showers through the window like late afternoon sun. Is the window stained glass?
Yes. What colors are shining on me?
It seems the colors are red, golden, and green. Wayward, are you wearing any of these colors?
I'm wearing a red dress. Or it looks covered in red. What happened?
You do not know.
I'm going to turn around.
Around you, you see walls covered in strange paper, almost like the wallpaper itself are letters, hundreds of years of letters, thoughts, prayers, wishes, secrets. You see a credenza against a far wall, a small music box sits atop it. To your right, a wardrobe. To your left, a mirror.
Can I go towards the wardrobe?
Of course. It is now that I will see if a gleam or a gloom waits beyond. The wardrobe is carved intricately, beautifully. You can see it tells a story. You think you see a woman on the left-hand door, hands raised, outstretched, in loving welcome. On the right door, a man on bended knee, but his gaze looks askance. Perhaps a wedding wardrobe, perhaps a bridal gift.
Can I open the door?
You feel a flash of familiarity. It is almost as if you've opened this wardrobe before. If you do, you will no longer be wearing red. Would you like to attempt to open the wardrobe?
Yes.
Please, roll me a check. DC 5.
14.
The wardrobe slips open with a soft click. It echoes around your head as the doors slip apart. A bright light washes over you. When you look down, Wayward, tell me what the wedding dress looks like.
The wedding dress is ostentatious. Many layers of frills and a very long veil, a very long train. The bottom of the dress is covered in dirt. It's like somebody ran through the rain, ran through the. It just looks like somebody enjoyed wearing this dress.
Does it feel like a vestige?
Yes. Should I be flipping my coin for this?
No. You still know yourself. For now.
Okay.
This wedding dress muddied at the hem. Lived in. A stain of cake. Lipstick on the sleeve of wiping one's own face from a day of feasting with loved ones, with friends, with hope. You are shrouded in it like a shadow, shielded by it like an armor. A beautiful vestige, Wayward. Do you hear that? The sound of the chimes. The melody. Look, Wayward, behind you, Wayward.
What's behind me? I'm turning around.
The music box. Open where you last saw it closed. A pair dancing in the middle. Twirling.
What are they wearing?
One, the man, has never looked finer. Beautiful suit. The woman, you do not recognize her. She wears not a dress of red or of white. Her hem is not sullied by old hopes like yours.
I'm going to walk closer to the music box and get a closer look. But is the mirror on the way?
The mirror is on the way. As you pass it, do you look?
Yes.
The mirror has been placed in a most unfortunate angle, Wayward. It reflects the window behind you. It's hard to see through that stained glass. Just silhouettes, dancing shadows. Something beyond, something outside.
And if I look in the mirror at myself,
Do you step
do I see?
closer?
Yes.
To see what is being shown and not what you are looking at. Give me a check. DC 11.
20.
You peer in at yourself, Wayward. As you do, you can see you've been crying. Your eyes, red, puffy, swollen. Your cheeks, sallow.
What happened to me?
As you mouth those words, yourself reaches forward, grasping your neck. You did this!
What did I do? I didn't do anything. Let me go.
You squeeze your own throat, Wayward. It is you who is holding yourself. If you wish to be released, let yourself go. It's a DC 14 check.
13.
You have a +1 to this with your vestige that you wear. If you would like to destroy the dress, of course.
I'm going to destroy the dress and meet it.
Wonderful. You begin to struggle with yourself. You see something in your own gaze that you do not want to see. Guilt, shame, disgust, anger. You are struggling. Your own hands claw at your dress, though they are not your own. And you are pulled into the mirror. In it, you look down to see your wedding dress in tatters. You are in but a slip. Your mirrored self now stands on the other side.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
Your screams are sweet, Wayward. You cannot return to what you once were. You are not her anymore. You, Wayward, are called to wander.
What do I see around me?
Darkness. The holes around you, one single long hole. A running rug at your feet, worn by time and use. Strange portraits hanging on the wall. Cobwebs. Wayward. You see yourself through that mirror door. Move blissfully towards the music box and pick it up. She smiles, blissful. And as she twirls out of sight, the mirror splinters. It looks like it will explode. It breathes out in spiky glass shatters. If you do not move, you will be in danger.
I'm going to run.
Please flip your coin and tell me if you go left or if you go right.
Left.
Wonderful. Please make me a DC 6 check to move safely in that direction before the glass shatters outward.
At this point, do I change from a D20? Or am I still here? I'm at D12 now.
You are a D20. You're okay. You meet it, which technically beat it, but shoved you out of the room as the consequence.
So I'm still at D20.
Yes.
Okay. 16.
Beautiful. As you dart to the left, you hear the smack of something against that window, that mirror. Shards like knives, glints of light in the shadows, sticking like thrown daggers in the wall where you were just standing. You move down the hallway to the left. It's another door. Perhaps it leads outside, heavy, wooden, 3 locks, which is odd. What could need to be locked behind this door? Wayward, are you cold to it, or do you continue to wander?
I would like to examine the locks.
Wonderful. How do you examine them? Hands, eyes only?
I'm going to look closer, bend forward, and touch the carvings on them. See if I can feel anything of what's behind this door.
As you touch them, you hear a giggle. Ghostly, soft, tragically young. Please, don't come in here. He wouldn't like it, miss.
Who wouldn't like it?
You.
Why? Why wouldn't I like it?
Please, miss.
Who are you?
I'm just doing what must be done, miss. Nothing more.
Can I get you out? Do you need help?
To see if you can understand where the voice is coming from, please give me a check of 16.
16. I don't know if I want to know.
You realize, Wayward, you are not talking to someone beyond the door. You're not whispering to an unfortunate soul locked back there. You're speaking to the lock itself.
I think she stumbles back the way. Almost collapsing as she gets to the hallway wall behind her. What's going on? What's happening? How did I get here? Why can't I go into a room? Why is a lock talking to me? Why is this happening?
Wayward, what answer would you like? What would soothe you in this moment?
I think what I would want the most right now is to understand the purpose of me being in this hallway. And I don't know if I'll get that answer, but that's what I would want to know.
As you feel yourself yearning for an answer, for the purpose, the reason, the door in front of you opens. The locks, one by one, no longer giggling at your soft touch, but crying instead, slip and move, one by one. You are alone in this hallway, dark. The door's open, but are you cold to it, or will you continue to wander?
As I've thought about my purpose being here, despite being told not to enter, why would these locks open if there isn't an answer behind the door? I'm going to walk through.
It's beautiful in here. Red, mostly. Large and ornate as a grand entrance hall at sunset can be. A sweeping staircase, chandeliers above you. Even the flooring is intricate. In this grand entrance hall, are the floors marble, Wayward?
Yes, the floors are made of a white marble with dark gray veins running through. Is there anything that catches my eye in this room?
Yes. You have a very curious eye. Complex rug designs that seem to move when you look down at your feet. There are strange objects placed on the staircase as if breadcrumbs left for someone to follow. But as you look at the top of the stairs, there's no door, no hole, no way to leave. Under the staircase, the final thing to draw your attention. It's a small, maybe 3 foot in height at least, door.
Does the door have a lock on it?
Yes.
Can I find a key in this room?
Give me a DC 12 check.
4.
You enter the room, Wayward. And as you take your first full steps in, You recognize this room is not what you first thought. Something is different here. Everything is warm. Sweat begins to trickle down the side of your face. You move toward a cabinet to begin your search for a key. The second you touch the cabinet, your hand yanks back from the heat, searing, as if you've touched a boiling hot cooking pot.
This entire room feels hot. I'm sweating standing in here.
Yes.
And when I looked for the key, did I see? I haven't found one, but I was touching a cabinet, and that hurt.
Burned.
Okay. Then I think I'll have to leave and look elsewhere.
Wonderful. Wayward, give me a DC 8 check to find a way out.
Okay. Oh, 17. I wish I rolled this well in other games.
Oh, please, Wayward. You are degraded down to a D12 die.
Never mind. Five.
Wayward, you've never felt this hot. It's muggy. It's hard to breathe now. You're seeing the heat waves slowly begin to morph the floor, the bottom of everything. You throw yourself at the small understair door. Even the door handle itself burns, the cast iron hot under your hand. Wayward, what are you willing to do to leave this place?
I need answers. I need answers. I can't breathe. I'll do anything to get out of this room.
Wayward. On the wall, hanging behind you, are two great axes crossed over a crest. You know everything in this room is hot to the touch. What do you do?
Are there any blankets or anything I can use to gather around a great axe to give me some sort of, to absorb some of the heat?
There are ornate rugs around you. They might be a bit heavy, but if you found a small one with a DC 4 check, you could wrap it around.
I'm on a D10 now, so a 1. I will just grab this great axe with my bare hands and get out through this door.
As you wrap your hands around this mighty weapon, and raise your hands above your head to make a mighty swing. You smell skin burning, flesh. Give me a DC 3 check to break through this small wooden door.
5.
Incredible. As you do, you swing down and chop a hole directly into this door. And you can see somehow it leads right back into the hallway from which you came.
How is this possible?
Wayward, as you step back to this now familiar hallway, you will take one wound as you realize your hands are covered in boils and blisters from the burns, though the weapon is now cool to the touch and could provide useful advantage later on.
I will take it. What do I do when I have a wound?
Please record the wound. Burnt hands will suffice. And take a -1 to all of your checks until you can heal it by burning a vestige.
Okay.
Please flip to wander.
Am I going left or right? Let's see. Left.
As you turn to the left, you feel yourself wandering quite a bit. The hall is long and the doors are not consistent. But the one that you do find, down the left, under an awning, it seems like there are leaves growing around this door. In fact, you remember something similar, a garden, acres long, with a similar door, from some other time, from a happier season, from a time that made sense.
I walk up to the door.
It smells floral beyond, but the end, as if smelling the last note of a cheap perfume, the smell of rot. Do you enter, or are you still called to wander?
Does any of this feel familiar?
Yes.
What feels familiar?
The inherent need for fresh air.
Feeling out of breath. And being so near death, being outside, seems like the next step. I would like to go outside.
And so you walk through the door. It is almost as good as outside, I would imagine. Greenhouse, large, full of plants, exotic ones. Starting seedlings for gardens, large plants that look unfamiliar to you. Do you recognize any of these flowers, Wayward?
I'm going to flip my coin. No.
Good. You need not worry yourself with recalling things from a past that you are no longer connected to. Enjoy this.
She's going to carefully walk through, smelling the flowers, getting any sense of fresh, wonderful, natural, beautiful smells as she can, especially, again, being so close to death.
You see a gardening station, lots of small tools, soil spilled atop the table. You see plants in a row labeled carnivorous. As you wander through, off in the distance on the far right edge of the greenhouse, there seems to be either something drawn on the panes of the windows or something written. It's hard to tell from here. And the glint of a golden bird cage, empty, just off to the distance. Do any of these items call to you, Wayward?
Could you please list them one more time?
Of course. A gardening station full of tools, pots. There is, of course, a section of carnivorous plants clearly labelled for your safety. And either a message or an art piece, something scribbled or doodled or drawn or written on the glass panes in the far right, and a golden bird cage that seems to be empty, not too far from you now.
I would like to read this message scratched on the glass.
You walk and see A plus E drawn in a heart.
Can I remember this?
Yes.
I'm going to reach out and touch it and see if I can remember what happened here, who this is.
Give me a DC 10 check.
Seven, 6.
It is very brave to attempt to recall who you once were, when I have done nothing but warn you about the pain it will bring. It is foolish to try, Wayward. You are with me now. Whatever came before is gone.
But I don't understand. The wedding dress, A and E. I need to know. I need to know.
Do you like the birdcage, Wayward? Go. Tell me why.
It looks... It makes me feel like springtime. It makes me feel like beautiful songs were resonating out of this at one point. And I wish I knew why. Meadow, are you muted?
Yes. Why don't you look inside and find those answers for yourself?
I'm going to open the birdcage.
Okay. You see inside a tiny music box, much smaller than the one you saw on the credenza in the room you first found yourself in.
Can I wind it
Yes,
and hear
of
what
course.
plays? Okay.
As you wind it, it opens its top. You see yourself in a slip that you currently wear. You're not spinning like some princess, some ballerina. You are banging on a window. A mirror, you realize. As when you stop winding, it begins to play. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! In your voice, those words you had just screamed. But the birdcage is pretty, isn't it, Wayward? Such pretty music. I never understood why men put such pretty things in cages. Do you?
No.
Does it feel familiar, Wayward?
Yes.
Would you like it to be a vestige?
Yes.
You have it.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
You put that music box away. Wayward, do you see that? And you do, without even having to ask what that means. The light. See how it's beautiful in the daytime? Golden. And then sunset comes. It's red, like blood. But now, Wayward, it's my favorite time. The dusk. The violet. The end.
The end.
You are cold to wander.
Can I head out of this place
You can.
without hurting myself?
Indeed. There is not the door you came in, but a new one now.
Okay. I go through.
This hallway is different. Maybe a different floor, maybe a new wing. It's difficult to tell. But the wallpaper is peeling. There is a smell of mildew. And as you enter the hallway, you see there is a corner. A hand, or at least the edge of fingers, slips around that corner. Maybe you are not as alone as you thought, Wayward.
Hello? Who's there? Walks towards it.
Hello? Who's there? You see no one, Wayward. Do you continue?
Yes.
You hear. We're going to be late. Hurry up now.
Late.
Come now.
Is the voice familiar?
Yes.
Do I trust the voice?
Yes.
Can I go towards this voice?
Absolutely. Wayward. You step through the shadow until you can physically feel it pushing against you. Like making your way through a crowd. But it's not bodies you are forging your way past. It's just darkness. Just doubt. Uncertainty. The trust for this voice pulls you forward. But the intuition in your gut pulls at you, taunts you. And before you can second guess yourself, sweet Wayward, you find yourself in a bedroom. It's beautiful, decorated as if for some occasion. Who decorates a bedroom? Strange, you find it. Everything draped in lace, in white, in dreams. The bedroom is not empty. There are people here. You can see through every one of them. Ghostly blue, pale. This bedroom is populated with ghosts, Wayward. Do you recognize any of them?
Yes.
Point them out.
There's a man, tall, handsome, a big smile on his face. And across the room, there's a woman, also tall, wearing my dressing gown. I don't know this woman.
I do. Wayward, what do you do?
I would like to go into the room, and I would like to speak to the man. Do I know his name?
Archie.
Am I able to understand what's happening here between Archie and this woman?
Do you think you are smart, Wayward?
Yes.
Roll me a DC 2 check.
Please, 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 please. 3. Oh my gosh, please.
Wayward, as you approach, it is like things become more real to you. Smells begin to invade your nose. Cigar smoke, a cologne that is familiar, layered under a perfume that is not. You know exactly what's happening here.
Archie, how could you? How could you do this with her? Of all people, with her?
Archie looks past you and to the woman in your gown. A smile, seductive, charming, unaware of you in every way.
No.
He strides past you, confident, handsome, sure of himself, as his arm slides around that woman. Your grip tightens on the great axe. It seems no one here knows you exist.
I'm right here, Archie. She holds onto the great axe. And she thinks for a moment, but for some reason she's compelled to use it. Archie, I'm here. Archie, please. Don't make me do this.
He smiles and leans in to kiss her in front of everyone in your bedroom.
I'm going to swing at Archie and this woman. I don't care if they can't hear me.
Give me a DC 4 check.
5.
What does it look like when you take your revenge?
My hands grip onto this great axe, and I walk slowly towards Archie and this woman wearing my dressing gown. I raise it above my head and I wait for her to open her eyes as she stares at me as this great axe goes through her head.
The blood splatter is the first real thing you've felt since you found yourself here. You close your eyes to wipe it from your face, perhaps to swing again. But when you open your eyes, you are standing alone in a hallway. Blood still covering most of your pretty visage. You think back to the moment your mirror self told you you did this. You put yourself here. But I'm sure they were lying.
I'm going to continue to wander, to look for Archie, to find more answers. If they're lying to me, I'm going to figure out why.
And bloody as the answers may be, you are determined to have them. And that's where we'll take our break.
Yay!
Thanks so much for joining. I promise I'm not really scary under here, I swear. Wayward. The holes. They're overgrowing. It's getting colder, darker. The shadows. They seem hungry. Where will you wander?
Left again.
You come to a door that is pure gold. No inscriptions, no carvings, no designs, no door handle. Just a well-worn print of human oil, looking like hands that have pressed against the same spot hundreds of times. Do you enter, or are you called to wander elsewhere?
I'm called to wander elsewhere.
You continue on. You come to a door that you can hear behind. Sounds musical, almost jubilant, but discordant in the undertones. Something lingers behind it. Do you enter? Or does the call continue on?
You said that it sounds jovial behind this door. I'm going to scream out, Archie! And push the door open.
Incredible. As you do, you find yourself in a music room. Instruments, place for performances, a large harp, a grand piano, cellos, some instruments still in their boxes, stands everywhere. A few compositional pages scattered across the floor. The thing that is strange about this, the thing that most catches your eye, Wayward, is that everything is overgrown in mildew and mold, much like the hallway you just left. Smells infectious in here, as you can see the moonlight trickling in from the windows, and those odd dust-like spores floating like stars in an invisible breeze around you. The instruments, do you play any of them?
I think she stands for a second with the great axe in one hand, trailing on the floor. She breathes in the spores and basks in the moonlight as it shines on her blood-covered dress, and walks towards the harp to play it.
The angel's instrument. Apt, I see. Does it feel familiar to you, this instrument?
It looks like something Archie bought as a birthday gift. Does
Tainted. Something so beautiful, created for harmony and transcendence, marred by a man who should have known better. Give me a DC 3 check to see this gift through my eyes, Wayward.
5.
As you set down your hard-earned, glorious weapon to make your hands burned and blistered into something weaker and soft, something pretty and palatable for dear Archie. You see the strings. They are bladed, Wayward. You would do best to refrain from your more performative nature in here.
Then I will sit back up, pick up the great axe, and smash it.
I quite like that, Wayward. Carry on.
It splinters and the blades fly across her, tattering her nightdress, and just lets it happen as she turns away.
That is the most authentically you have felt since you found yourself here.
When I find him, it's going to be over.
I do hope you get what it is you are looking for, Wayward. Does anything else in this noxious room call to you?
Piano.
Ah. As you drift toward it, you see fungal infections seeping out between the keys. Something is set on the page to be played, and atop the grand piano, a pocket watch. And as you approach the piano bench, you see that there is a clasp on the seat, a compartment inside, something helpful, perhaps, something familiar, or just another weapon to be used against you here.
Can I look at this pocket watch and then open the bench?
Tell me, as you look at this pocket watch, is there an inscription visible on the top side?
As she looks at the pocket watch, she remembers that suddenly Archie was always carrying this pocket watch around. Like it was something incredibly special. And he held it so close to himself that I couldn't even touch it. But one night, I got a hold of it. And on it, for my Archie, was engraved. And I did not give him this gift.
Wayward, was your Archie ever really yours?
He should have been.
He promised.
He promised.
Do you take it?
Yes.
Is it a vestige?
Yes.
Is it a revelation?
Mechanically speaking,
Yes.
how would a revelation help me?
A revelation is like an elevated vestige in this game. So usually you would have to burn a vestige to get a +1 to a check, meaning you can never use it again. A revelation cannot be burned, but it tells you about an aspect of yourself that you did not realize existed. Every time you are acting within that aspect, you get to roll at advantage. So if
Okay.
this makes you realize that you are vengeful, whenever you are acting vengefully, you get to roll at advantage.
Oh, that is so beautiful for my girl. It is a revelation.
You take it. It settles cold and heavy in your palm. That inscription, to my Archie. Let's change that inscription, shall we?
Yes.
Tell me what it says now, as you move your thumb over the letters, feeling them change with your will.
As she rubs her thumb over the lettering, it simply says, die. Archie.
Do you still look in the bench cupboard, or are you called to wander?
Yes.
Your hand reaches for the clasp. As you go to unlatch it, unveil the secrets within, you feel it. A hand around your wrist. Firm, stern, unforgiving. The smell of Archie's cologne. You are not allowed to look in here, Wayward. To do so anyway will require a check. Do you continue, or are you called to wander?
I'm called to wonder. I'll
And so
find you,
do.
Archie. I'm going to find you.
The ghost of his cologne fades as you leave. The room looks a little darker, more infected, perhaps. The black mold emboldened by your display. You enter the hall. Something is wrong. A message written in blood on the hallway wall in front of you. Close your eyes.
I close them.
Which direction do you begin to walk?
Right.
Your eyes are closed, but you can hear it. You use your hand along the wall, feeling your way, measuring your steps, clinging tightly to your great axe. You hear footsteps behind you, Wayward. What do you do?
Are there is there anything I can hear aside from these footsteps? Are they breathing? Are they calling out to me? Is there anything else going on?
If you would like to hear more, I will need a DC 3 check.
3.
Wonderful.
Thank goodness.
On an exact match to the DC. Let us deepen the mystery. You're walking, hearing measured footsteps behind you. And then suddenly, they are quicker. Sprinting, in fact. They are gaining on you. You hear, Evie, don't!
Evie. Who's Evie? She turns
You
around.
tell me, Wayward. You turn around, but do you open your eyes?
Yes. Do I describe myself or whoever Evie is? What should I do in this moment, dear Manor?
Wayward, have you ever seen what gravity does to a body?
Just because I don't know. No.
You open your eyes and find yourself on a terrace. Stone, beautiful, on a cliffside overlooking the ocean. The peace that comes from the waves crashing against the cliffs. You are not standing there, but a certainty in your gut tells you to look down.
I look down.
Wayward, you are one of the prettiest corpses to ever litter the cliffside of this manor. Your arm twisted behind your back, head shattered, eyes open wide, still looking for answers. Your wedding gown in tatters, caught on the rocks. Your veil didn't quite make it. It's caught between the terrace posts in front of you.
How? Why? Did he do this? Did he do this on our wedding day?
It seems you should ask him.
Is he in front of me?
No. But I'm sure you could find him with enough determination.
I'm going to continue to look for him as I drag this great axe.
You come upon a door that is covered in frosted glass. You can almost see beyond it. No one seems to be moving, but it does feel like there are several people beyond the door from the silhouettes you can see. Do you enter?
If there is a chance that Archie's in here, I'm going to go in.
It's a gorgeous ballroom. At least, it probably should have been a ballroom, but as it stands, it functions more as a gallery for monuments, statues, busts of very important people, portraits of titans, of industry, landscapes, still lives. A beautiful collection. The thing that is strange to you, Wayward, is that it is so warm, not hot, unseasonably warm. like the first kiss of summer on spring. The reason that that is so strange to you is because it is snowing in here, wayward.
It's snowing in this gallery. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
And it feels warm, like summer after
Yes.
spring into summer. What? Do any of these portraits look familiar? Is Archie in here?
You begin to walk, strolling through the lanes of the artworks, looking for something that feels true, real, right. What you find is the opposite of that, my dear wayward. You find a portrait smaller than what you expected. A cameo, really. Something personal and sweet. It's a portrait of someone else, the woman in your dressing gown, in a private corner, next to a plush reading chair, Archie's favourite. The only thing not gathering snow in this entire gallery.
I'm going to walk towards this painting, this portrait. And I'm going to take it off of the wall and read what it says on the back.
Absolutely. You turn it over, and you hear it in Archie's voice. To my Lily.
You promised. You promised. You promised me that you would paint us. I had to beg. And you promised. Did she have to beg? Did she have to beg, Archie? And I'm going to break this painting.
You break the painting. It's on the ground in front of you. Beneath your foot, she doesn't look as pretty. But you smell it. The cigar. Archie's favorite. It lingers. It leads.
I follow.
Leads you to a statue. It's odd, this statue of you, where you had just begged to be seen as art, to have your love immortalized in the most intimate way. This seems different. You hardly even recognized it as you. but you see the cigar smoke coiling around the throat. You have no arms. You're like the Venus de Milo. At least your precious Archie let you keep your head.
Can't say the same for Lily. What did this statue mean to Archie?
Would you like to read the plaque?
Yes.
It says, "To a most dutiful wife."
Dutiful.
Is that what you are, wayward? Dutiful, obedient, complacent.
It's what he wanted me to be. I'm going to push this statue over.
Give me, we will say this is a DC 4. If you attempt to do this, you do not have to make this check. You can choose not to. This is a DC 4 to push it over. As you move your hands back, as if to shove forward, you see your own statue's eyes open and look down at you. It will not go over without a fight, if you know anything about yourself to be true.
I think I know you too well. You can stay for now.
You show yourself grace. That is admirable, wayward. But it will not save you. Archie is waiting. And you are called to wander.
And I go.
Out in the hallway. It's quiet now. Different. You thought you'd hear something by now. You thought you'd run into someone you know. But instead, all you hear are doors slamming shut elsewhere in the manor, everywhere around you. There's a paralyzing feeling of dread. How many doors? How many rooms? How many swings of that axe until you have what you deserve? Which direction do you wander?
Left. Sorry, I rolled tails and I was going to say yes when you said which direction.
Incredible. You come upon a door. It seems to be just a kitchen swinging door. It's split right down the middle, inlaid like a heavy door. It's strange. It seems to be made of nothing better or thicker than pine.
Can I peek through the splinters?
Of course. It seems like a lovely kitchen.
Archie never cooked a day in his life. What would he be doing in a kitchen? I continue.
Wonderful. Let's see where you go next. All right. The hallway around you is descending. Like a slope or a ramp, it's at one point a bit difficult to keep your balance. But you make it to the end. To the end of this hall where there is only one door. It is wooden, iron slats across.
Wooden with iron slats across, bolting it shut?
No. Fortifying it.
Are you in there, Archie?
You hear something beyond the door.
I'm going to pick up my axe and chop down the wood of this door.
Give me a DC 4 check. You are being vengeful. You have this at advantage.
Yes, I do, and I just want to see something real quick. Okay, yep, stick to that. 5.
Okay. You manage to hack through this door. Splinters fly past you, getting stuck in your hair. It matters not. Archie must be dealt with. And as you enter, you find yourself in a wine cellar. Cool down here. Barrels on racks, on shelves, lining every square inch of this place, a dirt floor beneath your feet, a low-hanging ceiling, perfect humidity. You see, off in the corner, a small end table. Atop it, a bottle of wine with a strange label. A bit to the right, you see a large, empty barrel. The top is off. You see nothing inside. And you also, leading deeper into the shadows of the cellar, see a trail of broken glass and drops of red wine, leading away. Wayward. Does it smell of oak in here?
Yes, it smells of oak. But for some reason, there's a peated smell. Smoky. What else is down here?
A few candles. Nothing more. At least from what you can see at this point.
I'm going to walk in and read what's on this bottle.
This is a very special bottle of wine. The date is familiar to you. 2 golden rings are on this label. A celebratory piece. A special lover's wine. Most likely never to be opened unless on special occasion. An anniversary, perhaps? A vow renewal? Alas, it is open. 2 glasses sit empty in front of you.
Hmm. Two glasses. Are there names on the label?
In a way, there is Mr. and Mrs. Archie Stewart.
And you said it was familiar to me.
Yes.
But I didn't drink from this bottle.
No.
Manor, can I hold on to the handle of this and hit it against a wall just enough so that there are shards of glass on the end of this bottle? And can I please follow the trail?
You claim another vestige and follow the trail. The trail is long and winding. It only leads you through what feel like miles of shelves, of stacks, of barrels. Sometimes you think you hear enamored giggling between the slats, but when you turn or investigate, there is no one there. You find a jacket tossed carelessly on the ground, followed by a petticoat. The breadcrumb trail becomes one of attire and desire. You are nearing your own end, wayward. There is still time to turn back. There is so much to explore here. You can stay.
I need Archie to pay.
And like so many waywards before you, you continue in the dark. Please roll me a DC 8 check to find Archie.
And I am vengeful. Thank goodness. That is a 9.
Where do you find him? What is he doing?
He's in our room with a suitcase, packing his bags and yelling at me, telling me that I was never enough for him, that all I did was hold him back. And I gave him everything, all of me. And yet, he lied, he cheated, and he broke my heart.
And what are you going to do about it?
I slowly walk towards him with the bottle in my right hand and the axe in the other. And as he turns, I take the bottle and I shove it into his throat. As he falters, I pick up the axe and put it into his back.
Wayward, roll me a DC 12 check.
Good Lord. I have 2 vestiges, right?
You do. You have both. Oh, 3. You have a music box. You have and 2 weapons. So you have 3 vestiges. You could burn them all to add a +3 total. But you also have a wound, so you have a -1 to this as well.
Yes. So I'm currently at a 9. Did I not? Okay, so I've got the music box, the bottle, and my watch.
Indeed. Would you like to burn all of the vestiges of who you have learned yourself to be? Will you give it up to ensure the man who took everything from you gets what he deserves?
Yes. I would risk it all just to know, even for just a moment, that he got what he deserved.
His surprise, his shock, his fear, not of you, but of his own end. What does it taste like?
It tastes like a bottle of wine that should have been saved for me.
And as you cleave into him, you feel the great axe fade away. The bottle disappears. The pocket watch, the music box, all of it. It is just you, sitting in front of a man, bleeding out. The gurgle, the choke, the inevitable silence. And wayward, is there a sense of peace in this moment?
I sit in Archie's favorite armchair, keeping eye contact as he breathes his last breath. And I feel at peace.
You see a mirror to your right. You are reflected in it, happy in a wedding gown. You are going to marry Archie.
I smile back at my reflection. Just a question, Manor.
Yes.
As I smile, Does my reflection smile back at me?
No. In fact, it seems completely disconnected from you. You do not see your reflection. You see you, standing independently, looking scared and confused.
It was always going to end this way. He deserved it, I say to my reflection.
Your reflection looks confused and leans forward, seemingly able to see you, but not hear you. And from the lack of horror on their face, they do not seem to be able to see anything you've done. As you look down, there is no one next to you, no blood on the floor. You're in the same room that the you on the mirror is in. Behind you, from the stained glass window of golds and reds and greens, you see someone jump from the terrace. If you do not get to yourself, you may be stuck here forever. There may be a way out. The only door, the only portal, is that mirror.
I try to go through.
Your arms come out first. The you on the other side attempts to stop you and push you back. You see the music box open behind them. Archie, the other woman, dancing. You need to get through.
Let me through. And I try to push back, try to make my way. I'll fight through. I don't
Give
have
me
anything anymore, right? I don't have my axe. I have nothing. I have me, right? Let me through.
You have nothing but the need to now get what you deserve. You've doled out justice. But what about you? Once again, wayward, you realize you've prioritized him. Roll me a check. DC 4 to get out.
Thank goodness. Oh, I meet it. I meet it. I meet it. I meet it. With my -1, I meet it.
Incredible. Your hands wrap around your own throat. You start clawing at you. The wedding dress, anything, pulling to get yourself through, to swap places. It works. And as you toss yourself through the mirror, you look down and see yourself restored. No more wounds, no more blisters on your hands. What do you do?
I saw someone running and jumping off the balcony. I go to see and look down.
You hear someone banging on the mirror behind you. You hear no words. You do hear the mirror crack, though. You have a choice to make, Wayward. The terrace or the mirror.
I want to leave it to chance.
Please
because
flip
I'm
for it.
feeling very indecisive. Heads, terrace, tails, mirror. Terrace.
We follow you as you swing those stained glass window doors open and rush out to the balcony where you'll be at least in screaming distance of the terrace. But behind you, where I can see, is you. This version of you, Wayward, is not fast enough. The last time you pulled yourself into the mirror, you dodged. This time, your desperate pleas splinter the glass, and when it explodes, you are impaled against the wall. We see this in the mirror behind you. You've just killed another version of yourself, leaving only the most ruthless to survive. You see yourself on the terrace ahead. You've climbed over the edge. It is most dangerous. You look guilt-ridden. You've been crying.
And this is someone I'm looking at. This is another version of me over the edge. And I've just killed another version of myself. And as I stand here, I am vengeful. I tell myself, standing over the edge, he'll get his revenge over and over again if you let go.
Wayward, give me a DC 13 check here to convince yourself not to do what you've already done. Who knows how many times by now?
Three.
Your voice calling out to yourself over the sound of the waves, over the distance of the howling wind. You will need to get much closer to be able to even hear yourself. Perhaps, Wayward, if you crawl over the balcony's edge, you'll be able to hear just fine.
And I will.
Try again. Call out and give me another check. The DC has been lowered as you've gotten a bit closer.
Do I know what the DC is?
Wayward, are you now at your final die?
Yes.
The DC has come down from 13 to 10.
Great. Two.
The guilt begins to swell up in you. Not for what you've done to Archie, he deserved it, but for what you did to yourself. How many times did you make yourself smaller? How many times did you turn a blind eye to what was clearly going on in front of you? How many times did you walk into that cage of your own free will and lock the door behind you while you played pretty songs from your harp for a man who never listened? The guilt you were so sure you would never feel. Not this time. It hits you hard. Wayward, what do you say to yourself?
I will never let another man do this to me again.
Your other self, your terrace self, looks up at you. There is a small sigh of relief, of understanding. They nod and go to climb back over the terrace. But the blood from the attack is quite slippery, Wayward. You see yourself falling. Maybe you thought you did this to yourself. Maybe you're right in a way. But as you lean forward, as if to reach out and catch yourself, your own bloody hand slips on the balcony banister. You hear waves crashing on the cliffside, the rush of salty sea air. You feel what gravity does to a body. Next, you feel anything at all. You realize you are alone and inside, surrounded by a strange room. The colors of red and gold and green, stained glass. Rains down on you. You're not sure the circumstances of how you came to be here, though it would be foolish to assume those circumstances were anything but unfortunate. All you know, Wayward, is that you are called to wander.
And so I do.
And that is where we will end this tale. Woo! Thank you so much for joining us. Let me get here. I am. I exist. I swear. Thank you so much for joining us for the premiere of this system. The House is Mad, and so am I. Written by me. It is now available on my Patreon. Thank you so much to Gloria for being here and being an incredible Wayward. Thank you to Sean from Help Action Needed for being here for Help Action Needed and letting us take over for spooky times. And I will pass it over to Gloria for an outro before I popcorn it back to me for an outro.
Oh, sorry. I think I screamed too loud. I'm so sorry, Sean. I've been quiet this whole time. Sean made it so that if I screamed, it would be bad. Or I don't know what he did. I don't know what Sean did. Hi, Gloria, Glow Pink's the Charm Party. I played a vengeful spirit who is exactly where she needs to be. Exactly where she needs to be. I love TTRPGs. I love Meadow and I love Sean. So this has been really fun for me. Um, I love TTRPG so much that at 9:30 my time, 4:30 EST, we're premiering Chaos PI, which is a show that Sean is a part of. And it is a Monster of the Week game set in New Goblin Town, which is a world that I put together many years ago, but now it's like in actual play form. I did do one shot of it before and it was wonderful, but I thought I'd be brave and do something more long form. Um, long form being 7 episodes, but still, um, that's a lot. But anyway, this has been incredible, and I am so honored to be the first person to play this on a stream. Meadow, thank you for having me, and I'm sorry I keep looking at you mean.
I love it. I love it. Look at me mean anytime you want. And I am Meadow. I have been Meadow and will hopefully continue to be Meadow in the future. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM. I am a professional game master, a TTRPG performer, and an indie game designer. So I love playing pretend and I love doing it with my friends. You can find me tonight over at my own Twitch channel for Hex Heist, an all-black actual play where we play very powerful witches stealing very powerful magical items in a cyberpunk future. This episode, we are actually planning a heist. We have bank blueprints, we have newspaper clippings, we have like all of the supplements for this episode. So it's been very intensive, very fun to do, and I can't wait to share it with you. So follow us over there. We could always use more witches. And stick around for a Chaos PI trailer right before we do the raid. Thank you so much for everything.
Yay! And thank you, Sean, for having us again.